What's good, real estate family? Welcome back to my channel. This is Mike the Negotiator. You can find me on social media, Mike_the_negotiator, Negoat, because I'm a negotiator. And I'm going to get them people under contract when it comes to these wholesale deals. So follow me, and I hope you enjoy this video because I got something good for you today. If you started wholesaling, or you're getting into wholesaling, or you're trying to get your first deal, one of the top questions is, what is the best place to find deals? Or where can I find the most profitable deals, which is what you're probably more interested in. Wholesaling is pretty much a guessing game until you get to negotiating with the seller. But the top three things the top three profitable niches in wholesaling real estate. 1, probate real estate. Great spreads. I'll get into in-depth with each one, but let me break them down first. So we got probate real estate, then we have code enforcement, and third, simply driving for dollars, if you're familiar with the terms. Probate real estate is when you go to your local courthouse and you go to the probate section. Probate is when people are deceased and they have estates underneath their name, and they maybe have family members or a will in which their estate is passed down to the next person, or the person on their will, or the executor, in which case they have to have somebody that transacts the property from the person deceased to the new owner. So probate paperwork has to be filed. So when these families go file for probate and the new person takes over, a lot of times these people either don't know what to do with the property, don't need the property, or just want the money. So that is great motivation when it comes to wholesaling real estate. So you go to your local courthouse, you go to the probate area, and you need to request records from maybe the last 3 months to 6 months, okay? And the most recent cases that have settled, you need to look for the executor or the petitioner or the person who is taking over the property, and it'll usually say executor or petitioner on the court documents. You usually go to it's a little courtroom, and not a courtroom, but a little files room, and they'll usually have a computer so you can go case by case, or they might have just the books if it's a real small county. But a lot of times you go on the computer, you log in, you find the records from the last 6 months of probate people, you find the executor or the petitioner, the person who's taking over the property, you get their name and information, and you're able to skip trace them and put in an offer. You can mail out postcards to the address, or you can try and reach out directly by skip tracing and finding their phone numbers. Probate, I have found some of my biggest spreads because simply people who inherit these properties, they don't know what to do with them. And maybe there is work that needs to be involved. You're the problem solver. You get them under contract. You find your buyer. Great spread. Great source. That's probably my favorite one, is the probates. Number 2, code enforcement is the same deal. You want to go to your local courthouse. You can call them or request online to get a list of code enforcement in which people are violating maybe the weeds, the trash, there's cars in the yard, but these people maybe have abandoned the property, or they just don't know how to maintain it. They're out of state. They forgot about the property. They don't care about it. Whatever the case is, they're neglecting the property. And chances are they probably have a lien from the city to pay these fines before they can even do anything with the house, such as sell it. So once again, you are a problem solver. You get the code enforcement list from your county from the past year, and you will skip trace each one. And once you find the owner, give them a call. Hey, say, I noticed your, the large weeds in your yard, trash in your yard. I'm not sure if code enforcement has caught up with you yet, but I know they're coming pretty soon. I'm a real estate investor. I'd be more than happy to take this property off your hands if it's coming such a problem. But once again, they have great motivation, and the list is free from your county. It's public records, and so you can get that list and get straight to work. Skip trace, call these people, highly motivated, great spread, and boom, here we go. Number 3, Driving for dollars. When you don't have any money, even when you have probate or code enforcement, you don't really need money because you can get the list, which is public records, and then skip trace, and you have to throw a couple dollars in. Driving for dollars is one of my favorites because you really find deals that nobody's touching. Right now, there's PropStream, there's REI Pro, there's a whole bunch of different list programs, people selling lists left and right. And a lot of these times, these lists, a lot of wholesalers already touched them. I've already called them. And it'll be a timing thing. So cold calling, you could cold call, 500 people a day, and you might get a couple leads. But driving for dollars, some of these houses, maybe it's a brand new, was damaged in a house fire. Tree fell on it from the storm a couple days ago. The roof's falling in. There's, you're just gonna see a house that looks really bad in a decent neighborhood or even a bad neighborhood. And you're like, well, who owns this and why are they not doing anything with it? So you can't really find that on any list. If a house just got on fire or a tree burned down, a tree fell on top of a house, that's going to be recent. That's not going to be on any list that you find. So driving for dollars, you get a list of 20, 30, 40, 50 addresses, however much hours you put in a day. Get a list, skip trace, or leave some mail, leave a note at the owner's door. And once again, you're going to come across motivated sellers because why is this property being neglected? Somebody doesn't know how to take care of it. But this is where you get the most profitable spreads. This is the least amount of people calling these leads. And once again, you can dictate the deal a little bit better. They're highly motivated and the spreads are wonderful. So let's just say a quick story that I've had with driving for dollars. It was a fire damaged home and the house was struck by lightning. It was in the wintertime. House was struck by lightning. So I just saw some boards on the window of the house and took the address down. And I took a bunch of addresses that day driving for dollars because I still do it. Doesn't matter how much money I make. I still like driving for dollars because that's just a gold mine when you know how to do it the right way. Found the seller's information, and I said, well, I see it's a nice brick house, but I did notice the windows were boarded up. Is there an issue with the property I should know about? I'm a local investor. I buy fix and flip homes, and they're like, well, you really just called at the perfect time. Our house was struck by lightning just a few days ago. Insurance already paid us, and we were just getting ready to think about listing it on the market or selling it off. And I literally called them at the right time because I was driving for dollars. I would not find this house on any list. They've lived there for 30 years, so maybe a high equity list. But you see the house, it looks in great condition on the outside, but you're not going to find it on code enforcement. You're not going to find it in probate. You're not going to find it on vacant homes, abandoned homes, none of the lists that you download from PropStream or anywhere else. So I saw this house, took action, got the address, skip traced them, found the owner's actual number, talked to the direct owner. The daughter was involved, but nonetheless, they were like, we're just getting ready to list it. I met them 2 days later. I said, well, all I need to do is, get down there, take a quick look at the property, take some pictures, run it by my people, blah, blah, blah. Go through my whole thing, get the property under contract, and made a amazing spread of over $55,000. Driving for dollars. Didn't find it on the list, nothing. So those are the top three, guys. Get that probate list, the code enforcement, drive for dollars, bang that concrete, knock on doors, leave notes, send out mail, skip trace, call these owners. There's a million ways to get into wholesaling. You got to know what you're doing, but these are the three top profitable ones in my experience and what I see out there. So y'all get out there, get them deals. Mike the Negotiator. Follow me, subscribe, like this video if I brought any value to you, and I'll see you again.